Welcome to the Sell My Business podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Feldberg. This podcast is brought to you by Deep Wealth and the 90-Day Deep Wealth Experience. Your liquidity event is the largest and most important financial transaction of your life. But unfortunately, up to 90% of liquidity events fail. Think about all that time, money, and effort wasted. Of the quote-unquote successful liquidity events, most business owners leave anywhere from 50% to over 100% of their deal value in the buyer's pocket and don't even know it. I should know. I said no to a 7-figure offer and yes to mastering the art and science of a liquidity event. 2 years later, I said yes to a different buyer with a 9-figure offer. Are you thinking about an exit or liquidity event? If you believe that you either don't have the time or you'll prepare closer to your liquidity event, think again. Don't become a statistic and make the fatal mistake of believing that the skills that built your business are the same ones for your liquidity event. After all, how can you master something you've never done before? Let the 90-Day Deep Wealth Experience and our 9-step roadmap of preparation help you capture the maximum value for your liquidity event. At the end of this episode, take a moment to hear from business owners just like you who went through the Deep Wealth Experience. Alex Brueckmann is an entrepreneur, author, executive coach, and board advisor. He built, scaled, exited companies, and led client projects across the world. His areas of expertise are strategy development, leadership development, and entrepreneurship. His passion lies in helping clients build profitable businesses rooted in purpose. Alex speaks on the topics of international strategy and entrepreneurship. In his upcoming book, he presents a new framework called The 9 Elements of Organizational Identity, which helps people build better businesses. Alex is a storyteller with an academic background in general management, with degrees from EBS University in Germany, Universidad ORT in Uruguay, as well as certificates from INSEAD and Harvard Business School. Alex, welcome back to the Sell My Business podcast. We have a short and sweet episode for our community today because, Alex, you're doing something special. You've put together a summit called Legacy. Why don't you tell our community what's this summit all about and why, as soon as we're done with this, they should be going to the show notes, clicking on that link and signing up? What's going on?
We've pulled together an online event with 45 speakers from across the world, like literally from across the world, from Singapore to Australia to South Africa, Europe, Americas. It's amazing how many people join us and what they actually share with us. So this is a 3-day event. You can register entirely for free. The 3 days are structured in a way that on day 1, we talk about how do you actually leverage your business as a force for good so that you not only create a profitable, thriving business, but at the same time use it to help put good out in the world. And that can be very small, like sponsoring a local sports team or supporting the community where you live in, or it can be addressing the society as a whole. It can be helping to protect nature, preserve the environment. It can be all kinds of things. 15 people in completely different spaces that go from creating DEIB-centered workplaces to how do you become a successful environmental activist today? Not those that take chains and put themselves on trees and stuff like that, but that really become an activist in a sense that you help protect nature and at the same time build a business around it that is giving you the money that you need to live. So day 2 will then be all about how do I build a profitable business? And we have amazing people there talking to us about how do you create value? What is value? And how do you actually capture it? Because that's 2 different things. You can create a lot of value for people out there, but if you don't capture it and you don't make a profit out of it, you just spin your wheels. And we help you avoid that and fill those gaps. And on day 3, we talk all things entrepreneurs. What do we need as entrepreneurs in order to stay in the business over the long run and not just burn ourselves out or even worse things? So we talk mental health, we talk physical health, we talk maintaining your energy rightly. And we talk to you about what it takes to sell a business and how to do that successfully and how to prepare for that.
We don't really know a lot about that here on the Sell My Business podcast, do we there, Alex? But I love this. Let me get this straight for our listeners. So it's a 3-day completely online. It's the F word, free. So you can just
Yes.
register and enjoy. And I really like what you did. And I shouldn't be surprised. And I really like what you did. And I shouldn't be surprised. Alex, a strategist, of course, you've thought this 10 times there and back. Day one, I'm going to call it social capitalism of how we can take our business and not just have a terrific lifestyle and make a difference for ourselves and our stakeholders, but also for the environment. I love what you're doing there. Day number two is how do we drive home that value in the business and just take it to the next level and drive that growth and that profits that we're all after. And day three, this is where we're taking care of ourselves, our mental health, our physical health. So you've really packaged this together nicely, Alex. Why don't you tell the community a little bit about the speakers? Obviously, we can't go into all 45 speakers. How did you find these speakers? What are they all about? Where are they coming from?
Let me pick some that are a bit unusual. Let me put it that way. When we talk about building a business for impact, you would obviously expect that I talk to people that are big names in the environmental protection space, that are names in the space of creating inclusive, diverse workplaces. And yes, we talk to these people. They have amazing things to share with us. But we also talk to people that just come from a purely entrepreneurial standpoint, like Alexandria McFarlane. She is very young. She's not even 30 years old. And she created a really successful small business in the skincare industry. She is from the Vancouver area. She just lives across the river from me. Their journey went from working in my apartment basement, basically, buying a sausage stuffer as the first machine to get their creams into there, and how that then grew step by step, and how she made conscious decisions about how she wants to leverage her business as a force for good. And in the skincare industry, that of course includes being cruelty free. So not talking about using animal testing and things like that. And how can you actually use your stakeholders within your supply chain to create a packaging that is more environmentally friendly and all these things. So park day one. On day two, we talk, for example, to Felix Oberholzer-Guy. He's the unit head for strategy at Harvard Business School. So he knows a thing or two about value creation. Based on his new book, Simpler, Better Strategy, we had a hilarious conversation where he shares a lot of cool stories about his own life, how he perceives the value. And he shares some great examples of businesses that were able to truly capture value. We, for example, talked to Lois Wagner. She is an entrepreneur. She's like in an age where you think she should retire now, just enjoy life. But she has made some, let's say, some decisions in life that she shares with us that prevented her from going into retirement now. So she talks to us about how she had to forgive herself first and foremost before she could forgive her business partner who betrayed her. And there is a lot of value in it for us as entrepreneurs, how we can live a more fulfilled life and make peace with what happened in order to have the energy to move forward and be successful.
Alex, I love that. I know when we first spoke and offline, we were talking about the summit and what you're doing with Legacy. It really resonated because at Deep Wealth, our values are very much in alignment with yours. Because for us, we view the world that we can change the social fabric of society one liquidity event at a time. And this is where when business owners become more successful in a liquidity event, in other words, they get more money because of what they've done with a 9-step roadmap, that they can put that as a force for good through a foundation or a charity and just really make a difference. But even within the Deep Wealth experience, as what you're doing in day 2 and day 3, we're all about value creation with our X factors, or how to master the art of thinking like a buyer. And then in terms of the mental health, the physical health, that's our winning mindset. So for all you listeners out there, it's really an extension of what we do here at Deep Wealth. And it's a wonderful way to learn, to network, see what other successful entrepreneurs are doing. But Alex, one thing that you don't talk a lot about, you're very modest. All the proceeds that you're generating aren't going to do what most people think they're going to do. So let's have a spoiler alert. And what's going on here? What's happening?
We don't make money with the event. It's not our business model. We are first and foremost a consulting company. We help businesses grow and fill the gaps in their business. That's how we make money. The summit is not for profit. So that means, first of all, everyone can register for free. And then there are products that they can buy. For example, VIP packages that give them lifetime access to the recordings of all 45 sessions, for example, and additional bonuses that we've created and prepared. But all the proceeds actually go, and that's our little ripple that we want to create. All the proceeds go to two organizations that are truly creating a positive impact on the world. One is Dr. Alexander Beck's Foundation for Innovative Medicine in Munich, in Germany. They are the only ones that truly research for a cure for terminal childhood brain cancers. So DIPG is one of the words. It stands for diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma. It's a devastating childhood brain cancer that is leading to death 9 months after. It's devastating. So Dr. Beck, and he partners with Harvard Medical School, and they truly are in it to find a cure for this. And the other half of the proceeds, they go to an organization here in Vancouver, Canada, called OceanWise. They are trying to help protect the oceans as habitat, as a resource for life, because honestly speaking, without the oceans, it's going to be very dark for us on land as well.
Wow. And Alex, I know we can just go on and on with all of these things, but the one question I do have for you as we begin to wrap things up here, how did you pick these foundations or these charities? What's the story behind the story on that?
It's basically what I'm personally passionate about. I founded a charity called DIPG Fighter 5 years ago. And ever since, I've supported Dr. Beck's research through direct donations and through raising awareness about the topic. So when I moved from Germany to Canada 2 years ago, I decided I would continue with that in the possibilities that I have. And when it comes to environmental protection, I was always very passionate about it. I raised it to the next level when my son was born. He will be 80 years old in 2100. That's so far away from me. But if we don't protect that environment and the nature out there, this generation, the next generation, they will have a hard time living on a planet that sees more and more natural disasters. And many of them are man-made. We need to stop destroying this planet. And I hope that I can just add my 5 cents in doing that.
Well, Alex, that's incredibly admirable for you to do and to take time out of your life. I know this has been quite the endeavor for you of planning and putting this together and putting things on hold just so you can pay it forward and make a difference. So a couple of things. Why don't you share with the audience where they can find the link? And again, we'll put this in the show notes. And I know the summit itself, it's starting on February the 1st, day 1, February 2nd, day 2, and February 3rd, day 3. So February 1st through the 3rd, all free. And that magic link, Alex, is?
You can just go to our website, alexthestrategist.com. It's right there on the landing page. You click the sign up button and you receive all the information that you need in order to participate. And again, it doesn't matter in which time zone you are. You can always get your hands on the recording, watch those recordings on your terms when you find the time. It's 45 sessions. Let's be honest. No one has the time to binge watch 45 sessions in 24 hours or so.
I love it though. And listen, for all of our audience, the community out there, this is a global event for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for founders. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, because we are the movers and shakers. We make the world go round. We find the painful problems and we solve them. And here's an opportunity where we can network with our counterparts, learn new best practices, see what's going on, take some terrific ideas and really make a difference. So I really encourage you to register. It's free. It doesn't get any better than that. 45 speakers from around the world, successful people, and you'll learn a thing or two. And again, all the proceeds that Alex is generating. So buy those VIP packages, buy a lot of them because it's all going to charity and it's going for a great cause. So Alex, thank you so much for coming back to the Sell My Business podcast, and a huge thank you for putting together the Legacy Summit. And we'll look forward to seeing the summit in the weeks ahead. Thanks so much for all your support, Jeffrey, not only for having me on your show, but also for putting the word out there and for coming on Legacy. I'm really looking forward to the session with you there. It's my pleasure. And again, for all the listeners, please visit the show notes. All the information and the link will be there. And we'll see you there at the summit. And again, Alex, as always, as we close this special edition of the Sell My Business podcast, please stay healthy and safe. You too. Thanks.
The Deep Wealth experience was definitely a game changer for me.
This course is one of the best investments you will ever make, because you will get an ROI of 100 times that. Anybody who doesn't go through it will lose millions.
If you don't have time for this program, you'll never have time for a successful liquidity.
I mean, it was the best value of any business course I've ever taken. The money was very well spent.
Compared to when we first began, today I feel better prepared, but in some respects, maybe less prepared, not because of the course, but because the course brought to light so many things that I thought we were on top of that we need to fix.
I 100% believe there's never a great time for a business owner to allocate extra hours into his or her week or day. So it's an investment that will yield results today. I thought I will reap the benefit of this program in 3 to 5 years down the road. But as soon as I stepped forward into the program, my mind changed immediately.
There was so much value in the experience that the time I invested paid back so much for the energy that was expended.
The Deep Wealth experience compared to other programs is the top. What we learned is very practical. Sometimes you learn stuff that is great to learn, but you never use it. The stuff we learned from Deep Wealth experience, I believe is going to benefit us both.
I've done an executive MBA. I've worked for billion-dollar companies before. I've worked for smaller companies before I started my business. I've been running my business successfully now for getting close to a decade. We're on a growth trajectory. Reflecting back on the Deep Wealth, I knew less than 10% what I know now. Maybe close to 1% even.
Hands down, the best program in which I've ever participated. And we've done a lot of different things over the years. We've been in other mastermind groups, gone to many seminars, workshops, conferences, retreats, read books. This was so different. I haven't had an experience that's anything close to this in all the years that we've been at this. It's 5-star, A+.
I would highly recommend it to any super busy business owner out there. And Deep Wealth is an accurate name for it. This program leads to deeper wealth and happier wealth, not just deeper wealth. I don't think there's a dollar value that could be associated with such an experience and knowledge that could be applied today and forever.
Are you leaving millions on the table? Please visit www.deepwealth.com/success to learn more. If you're not on my email list, you'll want to be. Sign up at www.deepwealth.com/podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Sell My Business podcast, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Reviews help me reach new listeners, grow the show, and continue to create content that you'll enjoy. As we close out this episode, a heartfelt thank you for your time, and as always, please stay healthy and safe.